itself, they do play Inferno. It's a map they go towards, and it suits their playstyle as well. The likes of HS, Sunny as well, they're going to be firing all cylinders, hopefully, and giving SK a run for their money. I don't think they'll win by any stretch of imagination, but there is a small chance they get to double digits, make it a bit uncomfortable. That'd be a good sign for them. I don't think they're going to beat the #1 team in the world right now, but if they can get warmed up in this tournament, maybe we can see them get some upset results as we go on. So I've always been a bit of a fan of this team. I think Sunny, in particular, is a great prospect for the future. He's always been kind of the lower tier ends of CSGO, but now he's kind of showing himself to be skilled enough to potentially be in a tier 1 team. And I think this is a great chance for exposure, especially for these kind of up-and-coming players, just to show us what they can do at these sort of events. It's amazing this team even made it to the major to begin with. I don't think anyone expected that when we were coming into the major qualifier itself.
Absolutely. I mean, going into the minor, let's go back to that because they came through the same system, and it was 3 European teams, obviously, this time due to the fact that Envy, getting an invite directly to the qualifier and then changing the core, only have 2 members carried over, had to give up that spot. So we had to get another team to qualify into what was 7 teams remaining in the qualification pool, if you're following along. So that in itself, to get through that system, we thought, okay, these guys are getting better. There's promise here. We weren't even sure in the European minor that they were going to make it through, and then all of a sudden they went 3-0. I think they were 3-0, if I'm not mistaken, in the qualifier.
Yeah, they were.
Yeah,
that's
so
right.
It's super impressive that they were able to do so. And HS, I think, has bloomed throughout all of that. He's been the player that, if you want to look at the team, okay, yes, Sunny's been the superstar, but HS was the one that kind of started, okay, maybe there's something here, a little better, great.
Like I said, Sunny's always like played for like Ents and stuff like that, kind of in that tier 2. HS was a player that came out of nowhere.
Estonia.
He was playing for a team called United Estonia in the UK scene, believe it or not. He came up through that kind of elo, however you like, of trying to break out of a UK scene, which not many people have done. And I casted a few events from a couple of years ago, and I thought, this guy's great. Like, how is he not playing in bigger teams? And here he is at a major at, I think he's like 19, 20 years old as well, so a great future ahead of him. Good to see these new nations appearing as well, having a couple of Estonia players with Rops as well. Here. Young guys, it's really exciting, I think, and that's why the minor system makes a lot of sense. We get a chance to see these kind of players come through.
As well, that you know, HS and Rops are 2 perfect examples of picks, if you will. And you could argue there's been a few of those, Oscar being picked up out of what was the FPS for a while. There's lots of those cases now where teams that are in a dire situation can afford to take a chance to pick up someone new. We're seeing a little bit in the CIS region with some of the, the Pro 100s, electronic gaming teams of the lower teams. The fact that Mouse Sports was kind of crumbling, they lost Nico. Oscar's been exceptional since coming back. But then they pick up a player like Rops. Penta's another team. Dire again. They lost their sort of German identity. They go towards Finland. They pick up Sunny.
And Zen.
And Zen, that's right. And they can afford to go aggressive and say, a guy like HS. And it's actually a perfect either springboard, if you will, or a real opportunity to house talent. And just to give another example, look at the Spanish players, Lal and, of course, Mixwell, both picked up by teams that needed to make a move.
I guess what's so exciting about that whole idea is the fact is these guys are just CSGO players. They're so young. They never played Source. They never played 1.6. They've been bred on the CSGO servers. They've learned how to play this. Any bad habits whatsoever from the older games, like a lot of their old veterans have as well. And they can just be pure CSGO heads and just get in there and have that pure talent. And it's great to see some of the names that we've never heard of as like veteran kind of CS fans and seeing them come to majors and stuff. It's amazing. At that sort of age as well. Like Rob's over 17 years old. That's absolutely bananas that he's managed to make it to this sort of event. But so we are getting ready. The players are on the server. Can confirm that it is indeed Inferno. See the huddle coming in as well.
Speaking of bananas.
Exactly, right? And we'll see whether SK Gaming, starting on the CT side from what I can see at the moment, should be winning this pretty easily. But we have said Penta, definitely a team. They get rolling. They win a pistol perhaps. Then damage the economy of SK for some force buys. Maybe they have a chance to get some points perhaps.
I think as well, when, it's something on this map, if I were to say, I'm just thinking about it out loud as I do it, but I think I would say that Inferno is still the most momentum-based map, and it has to do a lot with the utility on the CT side. So we're seeing a lot of results that are more surprising on this map than, say, Train, which is very execution-based. You can still play a fast style when you don't have utility, rush them down, get fast plants on B, etc. This is more of a map that if the Ts get rolling, in this case if Penta get rolling, there's a chance they could get more rounds than we bargained for and make things awkward for us. I think that's what I actually really like about this model of Inferno is just, it does play quite quickly, but again, the CTs are the ones that need more utility oftentimes.
Well, they like to go aggressive at the start of the round, right? If you want to be on the CT side of Banana, pushing down, smoking towards T steps, dropping incendiaries to stop the rushes and stuff, it costs you a lot to try and experiment with that. If you don't have those days, the Ts are going to be reading that play, and they're going to be trying to bully you back and expending your utility to lead a chance. It's definitely a difficult map to play in that sense of the game. The utility is a huge factor, and we'll see whether Penta can punish SK in that regard. And so we are beginning to get the ready ups in the server. Penta indeed standing on the T side here. And I'd like to see what kind of game they bring to the table here. Certainly the underdogs, in terms of their expectations, I'm sure they're not thinking, yeah, we definitely win this game. Probably got nothing to lose. Let's just wolfpack it up. Let's just get some fast rushes in there. We've got some aim stars available on the team. There's Crystal on your screen. We don't really talk about that much. He is a veteran CS as well, and obviously in the early stages, Orpa for the team. Not a world-class Orpa by any stretch of the imagination, but he's decent. He won't be able to go toe-to-toe with Fallen. I don't think he can't go super aggressive there.
If I'm not mistaken as well, Crystal is one of players that made the playoffs every single major they've been in, because let's not forget Penta in 2014. They were almost the 8th team in the major that made the playoffs. It's always the surprise sort of package. There's Mouse Sports, who failed repetitively to make it through to the playoffs. Team, they had Chris J was the main option all the time. They had Gob being the surprise package time and time again. They had time on the team. They had different players on the team, but very spread out now. And for some reason, they always surprise. So, very different scenario here with the roster, but it's still something to think about in that sense.
Well, it looks like the match is about to start, ladies and gentlemen. SK Gaming versus Penta. T-side start. For the underdogs here, we'll have a look at their buy. Zen has got the Tech 9. He'll be dropping that to, I believe, HS. He'll become that Superman player. Here's the armor to go with it. And they've got one smoke, a couple of HE grenades as well. Those HE grenades presumably used towards Banana at the start. Stop the CT push, and then smoke CT spawn. And it should be a fast approach from what I can see from this buy. Now, it's going to be heading towards T-steps, and I think it'll be exactly as you said. HE's going in. Stop the CT push coming through. No one there to receive, so Fallen now with the first shot. Can he nail this first headshot? He cannot. Has to fall back.
Fall back indeed. Fallen. Sitting and waiting. Furs got 2, big 3. Fallen up on C. They've gone all in. Tunnel vision to Fallen, and Furs sitting there completely unchallenged, picking off heads. It's perfect for SK.
Yeah, they went for that B rush, as described. Superman by at the start. He's got that best spawn, give him the Tech 9, he's got the armor, he's taking the grenades to their face. He's trying to find the first pick with the run and gun Tech 9 buy. HE's at the top, but the problem is the CT's are in a quite passive formation there. And Fallen, you can see him in CT spawn, takes all the aggro away from far. It's just a shooting range for him. Clicks off the headshots one by one. Doesn't even drop a single frag there. That's exactly the start SK needed, of course, not dropping a single frag, but Penta, I think they need to win this pistol, have a chance in this game. Doesn't happen for them. Will be forced buying here in the second round. Tech 9's the Eagles, armor as well. HS, he does get the head armor out, but in terms of grenades, they have one smoke to work with here. And a Molotov as well, to be fair for Crystal. He has spawned the armor, like we said, he's the Orpa. Not so viable on the T side of Inferno, but we'll see what he can bring to the table here. And it looks like we have got 5 SMGs from SK. That's their pretty much standard buy these days. Not a lot of teams run this setup. Second round in. UMPs across the board for, of course, the MP9, his favourite weapon, I think, at this point. He's down to 31 HP, known as one of the most aggressive players for SK Gaming.
So he's going to wait in Boiler. Cold outside on balcony, waiting to see if they'll get anything heading that direction. Sitting with Taco. Phelps going down, though, is going to make this a little bit interesting in the setup, because Taco wants to anchor the pit, cover off Cold when they walk out the doorway, so quad side, that is. But Fur's already tagged up, and he's going to be the one to rotate, therefore, to the arch, the gap, and all of the defense right now. So Fallen has to play very aggressive, has to hold Banana early, and Penta actually have a chance to exploit the defense based on Fur's low HP in a tight choke point position, unless HS does that. Helps Fallen, because remember, the UMP at range is not what it used to be, but against pistols, it's still decent as Fallen proves and takes down HS.
Yeah, nice couple of kills there for Fallen. I guess HS certainly helps him out, but it's up to Sunny now. There's an Eagle, wants to make this pick happen. The bomb's down at T-steps, but let's see if he can find the first kill here. Won't be nailing the 1D just yet. 3 on 4, they still have a chance to win this round, but only one flashbang and a decoy to work with. I'm not believing just yet. As the bomb makes its way towards middle, there's the final flash, and here comes
Cold. That's exactly why they wanted this with Taco in the pit. Taco's done well. He's made it. Cold going down, just the bomb remaining. Innocent tries to run just to plant that. Fur was already heading around the corner. He never would have gotten that far, and he's found first by Taco. 2-0. Some reinvestment required. They lose 2 SMGs, and interestingly, Cold's going to go right back to one of those UMPs.
Yeah, well, Fallen can drop the Tech 9 at this point as well. We know he'll bring out the AWP in that first gun round. Just with the looks of this buy as well, this is a safe play from him, considering he knows Penta will be on a Philly kit this time. Glock's P250s at best. You can see only about $300 invested per player here, and that's indeed the two P250 players, Innocent and Sunny. So chances to farm some cash here, no rifles required as of yet, but we will have a heavy bonus round going to number 4 here, meaning that the CTs will still have residual SMGs.
Ooh.
Fur, like we said, aggressive as usual, trying to get the first kills. This time nails the first one, doing damage as well. This takes him down to 13 HP, but Sunny's fighting back.
Good crossfire set from Cold. Covers off top of alt mid and mid, if you will, from Boiler, and then he'll back off. Taco's going to rotate around as well back through the apartments, and they'll cover off all of the A site by staying aggressive. Having only lost Phelps. Fur as well burrowed in toward the tree, has fallen, covering him off from the half wall, so both players working off each other on both sides as Cold waits. Spots a shoulder season. Zen goes aggressive, spots another one back down toward the bottom of mid. That's going to put Fur in position to start to attack. Nade goes through as Cold catches Sunny, and HS is trying to get a cheeky angle. He's there, pops up, down he goes.
Wow, an interesting predicament coming up in round number 4. We do have 3 UMPs and Fur the MP9. He's quite happy to stay on that weapon for the gun rounds as well. Surely he upgrades it. Most players would, but they're going to try and keep the money strong here. And balance out is the double orb setup. Cold Zero and Fallen, one of the most formidable duos we have in CSGO in terms of double orb potential. Fur buys a Deagle to back up his MP9 from what I can see as well, so trying to keep the money as strong as possible here. SMG's up, double orb as well to bring a bit more firepower to the table. But you can see Crystal, he's only on the Tech 9 here, so he tries to save a bit of money, I guess, if he has to drop a weapon for a teammate, but we're going to round number 4. And the aggressive play from the CTs is going to be Fallen boosted up to the ball position, hits that shot, Crystal goes down.
Around the corner. Spots the shoulder at the back side of the apartments. That's Taco, because Cold this time in the AWP finds a kill at mid instead.
Yeah, well, this is exactly what SK had to do. At the start of the round, knowing they didn't have rifles to work with, get those orbs aggressive. Let's try and get the first pick. They get 2 of them. Cold Zero in the middle, Fallen boosted up towards Banana as well. 5 on 3, job done. Fall back to the bomb sites. Initiate the crossfires. 3 players remaining for Penta. Doesn't look like they have much of a game plan here. They'll be holding up towards the bottom of Banana, hoping a mistake is made, and that's as good as it's going to get, because no CT's going to be pushing this position now. You've won the round, essentially. You seem to hold up and wait for the Penta commitment to come in.
Even with the AWP Fallen staying inside of the B side.
Yeah, exactly.
Gotten the advantage. Tight shot for him to hit, but he's sitting beside the stairs rather than the half wall, so he'll be able to back off that immediately and get inside of the site. The question is utility, because they've got one flash. It goes Fallen, not caught by a good shot. Going to be just sitting and waiting on the boost. Drops down standard after kill. Sunny and gets 5. Has nowhere to go at all. So good aggressive position from the AWPs. This SK pickup number 4. No needed reinvestment, because they get AKs from the floor. So that's even better. The money is starting to accumulate quite quickly for the SK side. 10K on Fur, 9K on Taco.
This is literally the perfect start you can have on the CT side. You've gone into the first gun round with UMPs and a couple of orbs as well. Upgrade these UMPs to AKs, not giving any frags away as well. Your AWP is hitting shots, Fallen's looking good. This is going to be a very difficult game now for Penta to get back into. Round number 5 to get maximum loss bonus. Into the next round, we need $3,400 per player, so you can bring a pass supply to the table here for round number 5. Deagle's Tech 9. No nades, that's a bit of a problem. They've got 1 smoke to work with here and a flashbang. Sunny makes his way towards bedroom nice and quickly, but he's the bait. You can see on the minimap he's by himself right now, trying to maybe find a first kill, get flashed up towards top and middle, try and take someone down the quad side, and his teammates presumably made their way towards B. Innocent will be joining him, so their objective at middle is to just find 1 frag and allow enough attention to be taken away towards that side of the map, while Zen and Co get ready at B.
So standard setup again for SK with Phelps at Arch. Fallen's waiting CT. Exactly this angle. For to flash him off potentially. Does have the flash in hand. It goes deep. That's going to force him either forward or back. Take him entirely. He's falling, gets smoked. He does hit 1 shot through the edge of the wall on HS. That's going to bring Fur back out because the flash already thrown now. He wants part of the action. As they're likely closer. Good time flash though. He's got to go. He's so close though. He's still king. Takes down 2. Zen finally puts him down on a Deagle, but he's stuck between ruins and the site with nowhere to go. Unless he hits shots like that for the rest of the round, he'll open up something to work with by getting Fur toward Emo. Good Deagle shot. Looks for another one. Taco's engaging. Doesn't need to yet.
Problem is, Zen with the bomb's got to cross to the site now and try and find a plant here. Low HP as well. Another opportunity for one, but that's the bomb drop. 10 seconds remaining. Sunny might get a couple more kills. There's one shot, and we'll go down to the end as well. So a sliver of hope there for Penta overall, but couldn't get the bomb down, couldn't cross to the site, and it's be fallen once again. Finding 2 kills on the entrance, but now it's where things get interesting. I'm sure the orb comes out for Penta, which indeed it does. For Crystal, of course. First gun run, he had a Tech 9, so money management hasn't exactly been fantastic for Penta overall. They do have the AKs to accompany that orb, but as we discussed in the pre-game, the orb, especially for someone like Crystal, who I don't consider to be a world-class talent with the AWP, to find opening picks here, I'm not sure what the plays would be. I guess wait for the aggression to come with the CT side and allow them to make mistakes, use hold lines and try and pick them off, exactly what he's doing now at T-step, to see if anyone decides to take an aggressive angle. Smoke coming in from HS, trying to get that basic control. Definitely a default to kick things off here in round number 6. HS and Zen holding banana, waiting for the smokes to subside, but fallen once again. Not boosted this time. Just holding the corner, looking for anyone to jump up in the logs or trying to boost up perhaps.
Incendiary down. Hold HS in place. They moved off at the logs and shooting sandbags instead, but Fallen, I think, spotted him when he went for the quick peek and then realized he was behind the wall. Tags HS down to 25, so another gun round for Benza. Already starting out. They have nowhere to go inside of Banana. Flash goes over for pre-fires, though. He's behind the wall, therefore he needs to back off. He's stuck in sandbags on his own. Good shot, Fallen. Oh my goodness. I think he just clipped Fur as well, though, by accident on the second shot. It looked like it was over his back. Yeah, Fur's looking at him like, can you stop?
Yeah, please. Trying my best here.
The third look was the best. We almost need a replay of that.
Well, 45 seconds now, and still Sunny on the other side of the map. They will be trying to finish towards B. Good news is, for Low, they could take him down, and then there's a chance. If Fallen misses one shot, they have something to work with here, but he's baiting in Fur very nicely indeed. They won't have a chance to really check this position properly.
The problem is they just get enough of an angle, and then Fallen misses a shot. Boy, the damage on Fur helps spring. He's got a minute. The third bomb's been dropped. He catches out Crystal before found by Sunny. The assist did not come from Fallen, so the shot actually did go over his back as it looked, and someone else must have hit him at the exact same time through the wall. It turned. He didn't look at Fallen, definitely, as though to say the damage must have come from you, my friend, but it didn't. Not. So Cold gets the kill on Sunny. It goes 6-0. SK recover on the back of Phelps on a good rotation.
Yeah, you could see Penta just doing everything they can to cross towards the bombs at that point. Looking very panicked indeed. Didn't have the smoke. Presumably they didn't quite catch what they did to cross CD spawn. Refrag came in. They had a chance there. They had the man advantage. It was looking pretty decent overall, but then Phelps running and gunning.
So there's the first one. Watch. This one goes just behind him, so it doesn't hit him.
Okay, well there you go. But yeah, you can see they didn't have smoke to work with, as you can see on the right side of your screen right now. So trying to get the refrag on Phelps, one player jumping across to the knife out, hoping he can get towards the bomb site, almost gifted in the opportunity. I think they had to challenge that point and try and get the frags.
You can see the epic coaching setup that PGL have utilized for this event. Valve's permission, of course, pretty awesome. Interestingly enough, both these teams not with a coach behind them right now. You told an interesting story about Nasu.
So the guys are discussing him being behind them and actually having the chance to give his experience, obviously 1.6 legend. But when I spoke to him in the major qualifier, at least, he had a holiday booked for this event. So he's like, if the guys make it,
optimistic.
I can't actually attend. So I'm not sure whether he cancelled that. Maybe he is here. I didn't see him. So I'm assuming that actually happened. And unfortunately, they don't have their grizzled veteran with them.
Chance he is here. SK, no coach, obviously. It's more managerial role. They haven't really had a coach since Zeus left.
Exactly.
And you got Fallen. He may not need a coach, to be fair.
He'd just be getting in the way. He knows what he's up to. He's fine.
It's well regimented. Everyone he's brought into this team he's made work. Not every in-game leader has that ability. It's one thing to know the tools you have. It's one to know the ones that you don't and what you need. Phelps in this realizes they jump over top of him even. Only manages one quick kill, but Fur is able to capitalize on the damage he does to HS and goes back. Well, more will be 2 more. Cold catches Sunny trying to rotate back toward where the bomb was dropped, and it's another round SK.
We saw these sort of T-halves from Penta at the minors, at the qualifiers, and what reinvigorated them, what got them into games. As a player like Sunny, in 1v3 situations, he'd have an amazing godlike round, and then they would start putting rounds on the board after that. Sunny hasn't really showed up as of yet. He's on 4 kills, but unfortunately, the other star player, HS, -1 and 7. That's not great. Your 2 star players there, not really fragging no one into the team, to be fair. And SK, lights out, looking great so far.
It's also just worth noting as well, if Nasu's not here,
There's no tactical timeout.
Well, that's what I was going to say. And SK not having a coach, you may see less tactical timeouts because it's not like you're trying to bring in the voice. You don't have to pause just to let the coach talk. But not that a pause are a bad idea.
7-0 down, right? You feel like, okay, we're getting absolutely wrecked at this point.
Yeah, take one.
We have 4 pauses available if not available. 30 seconds of time. Sure, you can't bring the coach in because he's not there. But you can at least just slow the pace down and work it out. As you can see, as I pointed out, -1 and 7 for HS. Star player, I'm sure he'll start arriving in this game eventually, but it's more like a set beat now. This is not a default. They're trying to get map control. The Molotov deployed. Smokes on either side, but Phelps ready and waiting. He's going to cause some damage here. Decided to fall back behind the smoke in this stage, but that's what Penta won. Use these smokes and try and get towards the bomb site, perhaps by wrapping around.
He's not sure which way to look, still somehow gets 2 anyway. Zen, a little bit late to push through the smoke. Doesn't respond, but it's not enough, especially if he's standing there with nowhere to go, waiting for teammates from Quad. Krakow has a line onto him. Cold finds the following 2, and it goes 8-0.
So Penta, as I said, not a default that round, that was the set piece. Smoke towards the arch itself, inside the arch, one towards Library as well. Made themselves a little pathway towards the bomb site. Unfortunately, Phelps spotted a gap in that smoke and thought, well, if they try and get towards the bomb site, let's tuck myself in this corner. I'm going to find 2 frags. Great positioning by him, but an oversight from Penta generally. That looked a little bit too easy for SK. And surely this is the pause coming in from Penta. Take one, lads. Let's just work out what the players here. Your top players aren't killing anyone. It's looking pretty poor across the board. You're getting completely shut down with this double up setup. I don't think they found many kills since the gun round began. Huge nades coming in. Moving on the rush here. Falling with the first frag. 16 down as well. The rush has been completely thwarted. Nothing they can do. They know this round's over. Use this as a pause, perhaps. Just chat about what's going on right now.
What an adjustment from SK as well, because Penta's not won banana yet. They threw in an 8th play to try and catch them off.
Yeah.
And then SK goes, okay, well, if that didn't work, maybe they're just going to throw everything at B eventually, so they actually get 3 players there early.
Yep.
There's nothing Penta can do. Every read is broken.
Well, nothing seems to be working at all for Penta. I would say it has to be a pause next round. We've got to change something up here. But for now, Tech9's a few flashbangs. They have got a smoke as well. You can use that smoke towards Library, but not in this position, I don't think. So they'll probably be flashing out the balcony itself. Try and get a refrag, a couple of players towards Boiler, perhaps. 50 seconds remaining. At this point, I'd say the very best I can hope for is maybe a couple of kills. I don't see this bomb going down, and a huge blunder comes in from the CT side. As we can see, 1 player in the pit. That's Taco with the AK-47. Very happy to take Jules against his Tech9s at that range. He's going to have such an advantage as well. I guess they become apartments. They don't have an amazing amount of coverage on it, but Coldzera, he's at the arch. He can perfectly adjust and shoot them down if required.
Cold does find one. Trying to get through from Quad. Meanwhile, it's Taco. Good read to get the doorway covered off from apartment after catching off Innocent, pushing the site. And Cold's able to get a lot more aggressive and a lot closer as a result of the work done by Taco. So they have the crossfire. Perfect. How many plants have we had? That's the better. None.
0 plants.
Not a single plant on Inferno. I think that screams disaster.
Yeah, that's just testament to how badly it's going for them. Round number 10 coming in though. Still, this is not over, Matt. Like, I know it looks really bad, but post 3 or 4 rounds in the T7 Inferno, we still have a game, at least. But that's still is quite a tall order, all things considered. All about the Crystal once again. HS still not fragging whatsoever. Still -1. I hate to see that for one of the young stars. First major for him.
Yeah, that's a really, really tough blow to the confidence, especially for a player that we said has been developing with this team throughout both the minor and the qualifier. In each game, he's looked better and better and better. He did have a really slow start. The first game they played in the minor was actually on Inferno. He had a very slow start on the T side.
Yeah.
He started off the CT side with a pistol ace, and that was sort of when we kind of awoke him. But this is a little different. Being at a major, playing world #1, and being -1 after 9 rounds.
Against tier 2 opposition as well, which they would have played coming into this, the mistake chances are here we go. Now we have a 4-on-4 situation. Fallen much more aggressive than he had to be there. That's a crazy position to be in, but he gets 1 frag at least. Now, Sunny with a chance, can hear rotations. Maybe there's a chance to strike.
It's a good point as well about SK, in that, you know, a lot of teams, especially when they're the heavy favorites, and they have a lead like this, get a little bit sloppy. They just kind of want to finish it, look for some individual plays, have some fun. This is still a major, and it's very easy to get overconfident and have it cost you. I don't expect it will in this game, but I want to see the discipline from SK really rise above throughout this whole game to show us how serious they are about this. A little more passive. Goes down. Good read by Zen. Fur's likely, or excuse me, slightly on the boost. Meanwhile, Fur does still exist on the site, but only with 12 HP. The first plant for Penta. They'll put it down with Zen and Innocent to play the post plant. Zen gets a little more aggressive toward the front side of Emo, so we can watch off Ruins and the walk-in from CT. And Innocent plays new box. And he's going to flash Zen around the corner. Surely, they want to make sure they get aggressive and win this back because they're down a man. No push yet. There's kits, obviously, on all three. A massive amount of money for SK to work with. And they'll start to go. Taco first to start peeking in from CT. Lets Fur with 12 HP wrap back around towards Zen. It's going to be spotted by Innocent. Surely first. A little bit of nerves from Zen, and that's going to catch them out because Cold able to handle it. Taco gets the kill, and just barely with time, I think SK is going to pick it up. That's time to perfection as they go 10-0.
It's unbelievable how good SK Gaming are those retake situations. They're so calm. They wait for the percentage to be in their favor. They wait for all the smokes to go down, all the utility to be waiting for the T-side, and they're going in. Like you said, time to perfection. It doesn't get closer than that, but it works out for them. Go in, find the refrags, get the information required as well. You can feel it with tense. I felt like a bit nervous with them going into that situation. I thought, oh, they've left this one a little bit too late, I think. But still, it's absolutely perfect. 10-0. Penta with their first plant, and it's not going to be good enough, unfortunately. Double digits achieved by SK Gaming, and Penta this time, they were gifted opportunity there. Fallen so aggressive, but doesn't have to do that. No refrag potential there. No one with him. Goes down on the number one frag, sure, but they capitalize on that. The bomb gets planted, and unfortunately, that retake was too strong. Fallen once again. Dancing around the flames. Trying to retreat now as the Molotov's off towards the tree area. No Zen might be around the corner here.
Laying down smoke, throwing
Flash eye. He knows that Zen's likely there. That's why he flashes so far over to his right.
Way too good. Just knows where everyone is, what challenges to take, calculated risks. Another 5 or 4.
How frustrating is that to play against as well?
Yeah. Sitting every shot. Just a no-go. Hold there and falling. They have got a chance. There it is. Takes down Cold Zero now. 3-on-3. Helps still waiting on the other side of the bomb site though.
Still on the goose egg, but one on the board. Or rather, not on the board.
Yeah.
But it's there. It counts. Smoto already tagged up by HS. He's trying to pre-fire. He needs to utilize that shot. Angles behind the boxes, and he's done that. He's got Phelps down. It's going to be Fur and Fallen to take back the site, both rotating over the front B. Fallen misses the first shot on the AWP. This time it won't be timed and calculated. It'll be go. It'll be off each other, but not so much. Good wall shot. Crystal, better shot return. Comes through the smoke, and HS finally awoken is the one to win them the round. 10-1. Penta getting their first.
Yeah, there we go. Something to work with now. Getting that apartment's control, sticking together. The refrags were decent as well. And HS, we needed a decent round from him. -1 up into this round. Gets 3 kills and brings the total to a grand total of 2, but finally they get something going here. The problem is now we've lost the full reset bonus, so they will not be getting $3,400 per round if they lose the next one. That could spell the end of the game. We need to chain a few rounds in a row now to even have a chance of really getting it anywhere in the second half here. AKs across the board. Double orb set up for us again once again. Holds there and Fallen. Holds there and Fallen towards top middle. We'll have a look at Fallen. Does he go as aggressive as he has been? Holds the corner for now. And look to push him back. Still no pause coming from Penta, but they have posted around at least. Default for now. No set piece as of yet. Plenty of money for SK, as you mentioned.
Yeah, that's not really a concern.
I am throwing smoke.
Slower pace this time for Penta after the win. And they go. 2 bomb plants in a row now for Penta as well. So a slight improvement. He goes up toward top end. Innocent takes that in brunt force. He goes down to 55 as they look closer and closer to Phelps in the archway. Smoke down. He wants to back toward Library because they've called for Fur based on all the utility to watch the arch. So they'll have a crossfire on both sides of the entrances to A. Fur realizes that Innocent has got around the corner. Additional smoke. They brought Fallen as well. The smoke on Arch, he's going to back off. None of the information from Crystal. Meanwhile, Zen follows it up. They've got one down either side. Full wrap onto the A side. Library going to be checked. And it's They get aggressive, they get caught. Very, very good round from Penta.
Yeah, this is much better now. You can see they're more assertive, getting the picks they need as well. People trying to hit shots. 2 for Zen that round. He's had a quiet game, obviously, of course. But it's going to be 10-2 now. And they haven't quite broken the bank of SK just yet, but they're close. Win this round, they could actually post a reasonable half. Could be 10-5 after going 10-0 down. That would be a great turnaround for them. Nice play there. Just getting that mid-control. Players towards apartments, quad, and art as well. The set smokes coming in. Same ones we saw. SK actually had numbers there as well. They read the play. 3 on the art side, but it's getting out-aimed by the AK-47s. And now we find ourselves in an interesting situation. The Famous coming over Phelps. The weakness is starting to show now as we're going around the 13. The warp setup still rolling. Fallen holding a deeper line this time. He is getting challenged and countered, I think, with the grenades at the start. So Penta are aware of that. They're going to try and exploit it as well. HS, Zen, and Innocent working this area. Crystal with the bomb as well joins him. So this could be a full-on banana execution from the start. I think that's supposed to do. Stay in the 5-man unit, tactics in mind. Get them done. The defaults aren't working out for you. Let's try and get basic map control and execute together.
Of the fountain, by the way. It is a shame. You hate to see it. Fallen. Aggressive through the smoke, catches along the inside. Gives for a line once, and they overextend on the peaks, and Fallen misses a crucial shot that gives the trades back. It's all about the post-plant kills and timings as they'll leave Sunny out to watch. Banana, Taco is going that direction. Phelps already posted inside of Ruins, has to wait for Cold to come around the corner, and Crystal's going to be staring CT down with an AWP. Good win from Sunny.
Yeah, this is looking good now. Okay, set up. Taking Jules, but Crystal, he finds Cold Zero. Now the double orb set up to try and retake the bomb site. This shouldn't work out for them. This is very difficult. No kits available as well as the bomb ticks away.
Sunny's going to be a bit of an issue, though, because they're going to know that someone's likely inside of that quad position. As soon as bombs, they don't. I'm not for sure Phelps will be staring it down with the AWP, waiting for the plant peak. It's only Cold, but Sunny wins it. And Penta's got 3 in a row, and like you say, at the economy off of this.
Yeah, this could be the 10-5 now. I think SK have to take an eco as we enter round number 14, but there it is, the banana execution coming in. A little bit clumsy at the start. It was HS trying to surprise his opponents, to be fair. He's trying to win the opponent before the smoke deploys, as the CT presumably falls back. He tries to get the face in there. Fallen takes him down. That was the first shot, but decent job after that. The refrag's very strong indeed. Crystal taken down by Cold Zero as he went for the attack on CT spawn. Here's the POV from Cold Zero, but here we go. Here's a partial buy from SK. So they've got the scout as well. Definitely a team who's very scary on these sort of rounds. Taken down by Zen to be picked up by Cold Zero. He's got the armor to work with as well. Definitely a capable sniper as he holds the corner.
Taco getting aggressive. Cold's going to fall in the same vein and take down Innocent back. AK grabbed. Oh, bomb as well.
Oh dear.
It's in the hallway, intentionally dropped to be picked up when they wrap around. Cold spots one more going in toward position and knows they're going to want that bomb back. Can't get aggressive enough. He may have done well to not shoot at Zen and surprise him when he went back up the stairs because Zen was ready for the fight. Phelps knows that bomb was still in there, but unfortunately it's been picked up since he's gone that direction. The one thing he will get is the AK that Cold dropped.
Well, at this point, saving the AK-47 seems quite an attractive prospect for SK Gaming, I would say.
Yeah, they're going to save it.
Yeah, and there's another one as well. So that's actually pretty decent. Sure, they don't win the round, but they were going to be struggling into round number 15 as well. But what a turnaround from Penta. 10-0 down. As you said, it just took one round, kind of revitalized the team, and you can see they look much better as a unit after they got that first one. Broke the goose egg and actually look much stronger.
They are a much better CT team on this map as well. So,
well, at least they've
play
actually
the
given
odds.
themselves a few rounds to work with now,
Yep.
so they can actually afford to lose a pistol and still have some gun rounds to show us how good they can be. SK will be very happy this half, but has slipped away somewhat. Picking predictions there at the top, 97% in favour of SK Gaming. Makes sense, to be fair, like they are the world's #1 team right now. Penta, one of the challenges of this tournament, if you're not aware, they came through the minor system, and not a team you'd actually consider synonymous with top tier Counter-Strike, but they have got a few kind of wild card players, likes of Sunny, seems a good round for him now. Zen as well seems to be the MVP so far with Penta with that AK-47, another Finnish player, looking very good indeed. So, round number 15, they get 10-5 here. We have got quite the game on our hands. Maybe double digits could be achieved.
Crystal. Just trying to fire through the smoke, see if he can catch anyone pushing toward barrels. No one will. So now they'll start to put late aggression on Banana, that deep smoke. But SK took advantage of throwing. Is going to allow Fur again to anchor with Fallen to support it. Also, as we've often talked about, allows for an early rotation back over to A, which right now is where Penta is setting up top mid, Boiler and Apartments.
Throwing a grenade.
Well, Zen's at least cautious of the fact that Fur, cognizant of the fact that he could just pop out at any moment.
Well, this is another fast play. Green Apartments, Final Crew is going to right now. It looks like with a double. Now he's arriving as he cracks open the A-bomb side single-handedly. And now Phelps, Fur, and Fallen to retaking the 5-on-3. Final round, no saving weapons here. Position to find yet more frags here. And that should be the round concluded.
Penta, it took a while, but since HS showed up in the rounds, they started getting them, accumulating them all the way through. It's just Phelps remaining against it. It was 5. He'll only get 1. Sunny pops back out. 10-5 the score. They absolutely recover, and like you said, give themselves a chance. It's definitely about playing the odds at this point in time.
Sure.
If they pick up the next pistol, we definitely have a game.
That's what it was all about for Penta. Just keeping it simple, I think. The defaults weren't working out for them. They were holding straight line formation across the map and trying to get really slow control one by one with simple smokes and flashes. This wasn't working out for them. As soon as they started just saying, right, default at the very start of the round, then set smokes. Let's just try and get middle quickly. Use those AKs to advantage, get the refrags going. Looked much better as a team at that point. Stopped just trying to rush areas, and it actually was working out much nicer for them as a unit. And that's what it took. One round, they were 10-0 down. They finished 10-5. That's what we saw at the minor qualifiers as well, and the major qualifier. This team would be non-existent until they found one big play from the likes of Sunny, or Zen going wild, or HS with a pistol ace, something like that. And then they seem like a much better unit. They need something to get them going. And I think that's probably a struggle because they haven't got the coach with them there right now.
Yeah,
they didn't take not a single pause. Yep. What was that about?
Yeah, well, that's
well,
that's what I was saying. I mean, it's fine, especially for a team like SK. If you don't have the coach, take advantage of it. But when you're down that badly, it's about slowing the pace as well, getting clear thoughts across. Because sometimes the communication can be very frantic. Everyone has an opinion on why they're losing and where they're being beaten. It's hard to get the message across. So it's important to slow down and get it very clearly in the team's head that you have a game plan, that you're going to play together, and you're going to play to win.
Sure. Well, either way, I have to say I'm impressed. Penta coming back from that sort of deficit, giving themselves a fighting chance. If they win the pistol, still have a chance of winning this game. Like he said, they are a better CT side. They're going to number 1 in the second half, of course. Have a look at the buy for SK Gaming. More technical than we saw in the first half. We can see 2 smokes this time. A couple of flashbangs and HEs as well. The HEs presumably using the same sort of manner to push the CTs back towards Banana. Potentially not those. We only have one player heading towards that side of the map. That's Phelps. The pistols, Glocks across the board, forward towards second middle. The nades used towards Boiler, in fact. So the CT's trying to get aggressive here. Sunny pushes down Banana. As we said, Phelps waiting for him on the other side. Big pistol here. Penta can get this. They have a shout with this game, but if they don't, I'd say it's potentially game over. But we'll see. Bomb still in second middle for now. We have got Fur getting some basic Boiler control as well. Still those 2 smokes, so you can use those smokes towards the library side, just in front of it, so you block off that side of the map for any rotating arch players. And you can also use it towards the bomb side itself. We'll see where they decide to go. In front of the pit, for example, as well. The flashbangs give them mid control, but that's all they want for the looks of things here. The bomb makes their way back towards middle, so leaving Fur in mid. Use some flashbangs to get that. The CTs have no information now. They don't know. Is there anyone in middle? Is there anyone in apartments? They actually are falling back to the bomb site completely. We still have those 2 smokes available. Sunny waiting by himself will be here. If he goes down about a frag and they can smoke off all CT spawn on the side, this could be a massive problem.
Pushed back already. They have to rotate Zen back around because he doesn't have the information anymore. Very, very passive setup on A, by the way, with HS inside of the site. That may not matter. That may be about more timing of the rotation at this point because it looks like B is absolutely the go spot. For SK, Smoke's already down at Coffin. Sunny tries to put himself on top of them, but has to back off and face away because through the smokes they shot with Phelps rushing and Fur wrapping. It's going to be Zen down at New Box. Smoke still exists towards CT that will allow the CTs to get closer by going across and getting ruins quick enough for Crystal to find a kill onto Fallen. Still need to get back in the site. Crystal will pick up the kid. Was down in the hands of Sunny early on. Cubby's covered. 2 players on Banana. They've got peak control toward the bomb, +2 in the site to fight. HS knows the plan. Crystal's going to save him by getting the player at New Box down. He can focus on Phelps. He still can't find the shot. Phelps not overcommitted. Good shots, Crystal and HS. They still make it work. 1 HP for HS. And Cold taken out of it. Penta, what a retake.
Good lord, Crystal hitting some phenomenal shots there with the silenced USP. Very good job by him. That was textbook counter-strike from SK Gaming to begin with as well. Slow at the start, get that mid-control, push the CTs back to very passive hold as well. Leave 1 player there. get your way in towards Banana, smoke down at Coffins. We do have smokes and CD spawn as well, and then the bomb was down. Man advantage, you think they're going to run away with that round, but no. Penta coming in from Ruins, it's Crystal to hit every single shot, and I think I did just hear a pause.
Our first pause, which may be from SK to talk about, guys, we've now lost 6 in a row.
This looks more
many rounds.
because he's talking.
Okay.
Yeah.
You could be right. Yeah, the team's not talking. I had a theory, but I thought maybe SK went for it because 6 rounds in a row and they lose a pistol where they absolutely had control. And the smoke as well towards CT actually helped the CTs. It was SK's on entry that put it there, but Penta was able to rush quickly enough to Ruins. And everyone, yeah, so definitely technical because we've had everyone on the server killed off and brought back into the round. So a quick little match medic for whatever reason.
So he got one for the smoke. That was the shot we didn't quite catch, but Crystal looked so good in there. Just very calm, didn't overcommit, wait for his teammates to join him as well. Just nailed absolutely everything. Amazing retake there from the CT. There's Crystal on your screen right now. 10-6. Penta. Now I have a shout to actually win this game. SK looked so good in the first 10 rounds. 10-0 up. Now they've lost 6 in a row. Technical pause comes in, and indeed, we do see the force buy Matt on the second round. This is a bit out there. Normally with the bomb down and pistol, you're buying at the AKs on the third, having the superior firepower. This is certainly an approach you can go with. It can work out for you, but normally you want to bring maybe an AK or two in the second round, but they've gone for utility, and the Tech 9s, CZs as well, attacking with the Deagle. It's a surprise play. Cities won't be expecting this, but they've bought rifles as well. They're ready for the next round, and UMPs then forward. Tech 9s go towards middle, smoked out for now, but 4 players waiting. Flash up.
Good shots. Lineup Cold's going to help him. We might as well call it double. We'll call it. Ooh. Not quite a triple. Nade does significant damage, but doesn't clean the kill. Trumps on 3. Bomb down in the archway, though, so another round. 7. It's just a waiting game for the round to end, and it does.
Crank starting to show now, Matthew.
Yeah, it's not exactly what you want. If you're SK, you would have wanted to sweep this game and show everyone that you're in it to win it from the very beginning of this tournament, because this could be one of the most closely contested majors of all time.
Absolutely. It's SK now losing 7 rounds in a row. They won 10 in a row, right? But Penta close to equaling that. That's the scary prospect, and now it's a full eco. Had they ecoed in the previous round, they'd have AKs, armor this time up against the 3 UMPs and M4s. Now it seems to me the more sensible option, but SK, so confident in their own ability, try to shut it down in that round. Didn't really work out for them. Sunny, like you said, almost getting a triple with some help from Cold Zero as well, and I like this. Getting aggressive, trying to shut down these initial plays, and they've got full ecos here. Don't let them get any map control. Shut it down before they have a chance, but Cold Zero is waiting an underpass. Takes down one of the aggressive CTE players. I think that'll call for them to fall back at this point. They still have banana control as well, 2 towards top middle, one of which is falling back to the bomb side, but that's what a lot of teams like to do on these sort of rounds, just quickly farm as much money as you can, throw the UMPs down towards the bottom of mid. 1 minute 20 remaining. Shouldn't be anything SK can do about this one, but Cold Zero surely doesn't get 2 kills from this angle.
He didn't see him. Zen did not see him at all. I thought Cold was just going to get a headshot on reaction timing.
Yeah.
Now Zen's looking that direction, perhaps. So I may take back the fact that he didn't see him. There's nowhere else to look, so Zen's considering it. Come out wherever you are.
Well then. UMP picked up, and Cold Zero of a second frag with that P250. Now this gets dangerous.
Baited in, though. That was quite clever, actually, from SK.
Actually have the man advantage as well now. Presumably we'll recover that fallen weapon as well. No nades, that's a bit of an issue, but HS only on an MP9. He's holding towards the A side of the map of a teammate, but he might be coming over towards B.
Oh, he's being picked apart. He's got to run. The fact that Zen got caught so far down the middle and Cold had spotted him go by meant that he baited himself back in and left the wall. Confirmation toward Banana. Good rotation from Crystal, but Innocent got taken out first. Tonko and Fallen pestering him all the way back to New Box. Bomb's going to good hold from Cold Zero, therefore, to take out Crystal, so he can't get the post plant immediately, and it's HS with 3 HP. SK could steal the momentum here and now, finding 11th round before they were potentially due for it.
That's going to be Penta feeling absolutely gutted with that. Full eco for SK, a few PT50s, that's it. They decided to go aggressive. Sure, a lot of teams do that, but it's not required at all. That's not how you're going to win the round. That's how you just make sure you win as quickly as possible and don't have to even think about what's happened. But HS giving a good go. I don't think we're going to defuse the bomb because we've got 3 HP and still has to find another kill here. Cold Zero give themselves up. HS will find all the kills. Farms from Cash at least. He gets 3 in total. And so we knew he actually really rough start. He had 0 and 10 at one stage. So, still, SK Gaming, PC50s, they win the round. That's going to be quite annoying for Penta. Still plenty of money to work with, but still, that's something they couldn't afford to give away. PT50 shots from Cold0 there, from the underpass as well, of all the positions. Gets the third. Crystal, that was the key frag there. If Crystal could have potentially shut them down across all the bomb side, just 1 kill there, gives Aegis a chance, but unfortunately nothing. Cold0 steals the round away. Number 19 now, 11-7 overall. 4 M4A4s and Sunny with the MP9. It's not looking too great to be fair, but we'll see if they can recover.
Grenade out. Grenade.
Holland pushed off the angle. Only for a snippet of time, he's back on it. He's watching toward barrels. That will allow the advancement. In fact, he's going to advance himself. He leads the way thus far. Taco wants to get up alt middle and join. Fur.
Smoke.
Inside boiler as well with a smoke out to support. Now that bounced a lot and clearly tagged up a human body. So Fur will have known that someone was close. Keyword was. He won't know exactly where Sunny has gone. Tries to get the spot toward Arch. Backs off immediately because he knows he's being countered. All the while that this goes on.
Deploying flashbang.
Bomb's indecisive and Cold's hands at the bottom of mid to see if anyone's going to peek from top. But Phelps and Fallen at the top of Banana with Innocent and Zen waiting patiently.
Throwing smoke.
Patient they might wait, that's fine, but you've got 3 smokes and 3 Molotovs. I emphasize the 3 Molotovs. Cold with 1, Phelps, and Taco with the other, who's not quite there yet. But 3 Molotovs is old school SK, previous version of Inferno entry tactics. Zen's positioning could actually counter it off. I'm not sure how they land on the new one if they go for this, and they are. If they are going to go for this, so they'll try and land 1 orange is 1, 1 orange is 2, and if they can hit it, and it's a lot harder now without the white fence, at new box as well. The question is, I don't know where it bounces in this version. Hit the roof, so they won't have the angles covered off. The point is, it's a failure of the Molotov. Absolutely not. Gets Cold down. He's able to follow up on Phelps. Pops out to get Fur, and it's a missed play by SK that allows Penta to capitalize.
People want to realize how big a deal that is. They just assume, oh, it's just 1 Molotov, what difference would that have made? But the thing is, and that set piece and the way you're playing that tactic, you're trained not to look at that position. You think it's Molotov, you're looking elsewhere, right? And you don't really get the call as we missed from own Molotov. You might hear it, it's exploded a little bit too soon, but still, you're running in, that communication might not have come through, and then it's just easy pickings for Penta that time. You can see it's a mess, they're trying to adjust to work out where the missed own Molotov was, and that's really, really good from Penta's side now. Recovering after losing the previous round for SK down to a 4 spy. Tech9 once again, CZ still have a chance really round, of course, for Tech. It's going to be another eco for them. Crystal with the first shot as well, aggressively takes down Phelps. 5 and 4 just like that. And now to the apartment's position. Bomb will be towards top and middle as well. Penta could be tying this game up. Be a full eco next round, but we'll see. Still have to win this one, of course.
Fallen to the Tech9, gets a little more aggressive. Becomes an economic battle now. If Penta can build out a lead in a perfect position, and SK is going to be fighting from behind to get back into this game. Down 11-9, which is where we are just about 11 HP away on Fallen.
Yeah.
And 5 staying alive, exactly the point I was making. Have to do this efficiently.
Keep 5 alive though, just like that as well. Clean sweep there from Penta, the full commitment from SK Gaming. No loss bonus to work with, of course, as well. This has to be an eco now. We're going to be at 11-10. Who would have thought, after being 10-0 down, Penta could actually be in a shower of winning this game? That's absolutely insane. But SK, they have won a full eco before. Penta rushing towards them, of course. Didn't have to do that. I'm sure they won't make the same mistake again. They've got orbs this time and AKs as well. So, Zen of the UMP, he could do the same thing. I don't think they will, though. They're up against Glocks and a CZ. Let's not give anything away. Let's ensure we actually get to double figures here. We said that was certainly a possibility with this matchup, considering the sort of form we see from SK, especially in early stages. Bomb drops, Banana rush, completely shut down. Good Molotov as well. Rotating players over, good grenade as well. He gets the last couple of frags, so not too much of an exciting round there. Penta locking down a B rush. 11-10 is your overall score, and still the money not great. But there's enough for AK-47s, no AWP for sure. They'll get the AKs and armor, but won't have the full array of utility. They'll have the smokes, but want to have all the Molotovs they require.
Zen has caught Cold at the top of the leaderboard, 18 apiece. Kill distribution's pretty much dead even on both sides, 14, 14, 10, 9. The rest of Penta, 13, 15, 11, 8. The rest of SK.
Yeah. Well, there you go.
Considering the discrepancy when we were at 10-0, we still at HS at -1.
Yeah. It's bizarre, isn't it? Well, what a game it's turned out to be. We'll get into round 22. Goes across the board, as we mentioned. Wallbang damage coming in. Not much, but some. Yes, SKB took control of the apartment there. Default for sure, but they are actually focusing towards middle range and leaving Banana completely open. So this will be a commitment very early on into the round from what I can see. They can't really afford to go back towards Banana. Don't have the orbs set up there. So it's meant to be deployed from what I can see towards the arch and towards library as well. That looked like a misthrown smoke to me. They might shut down what they wanted to do, but we'll have a look. Yeah, that smoke for sure. There was misthrown from the boiler.
So this is actually something to note. They've missed Molotovs where they're normally known for that execute. That is their execute. They're the team that does that. They invented that. And they're missing smokes that are relatively easy. Okay, yes, they've been playing a lot of events, but they're looking rather sloppy in this one.
Yeah, T-side for sure. Well, here we go then. Towards Archer leads, but Crystal's there for AWP. Finds the first kill. Wants to challenge for the second as well. Can't quite find the timing just yet, but they're going towards B. It's a banana split, but CT's very prospect of that.
Fallen, the only one that made it through. Cold has to be slowed down. At least allow Taco and Phelps the way through, but Innocent Phelps. As a result, he's able to rotate around before Zen goes down. So Taco's on his own. Cold chased by HS. It's going to keep him far away from the action. It's another round. This is going to go 11-11. I can't see unless Taco goes absolutely massive.
He can do something with this.
The angle, Innocent spots him on a shoulder peek. And Cold has to sit back 9 seconds. Round done. 11-11 indeed. SK, it's absolutely a struggle.
Those are two executions now, as you called. So, towards Banana, misthrown Molotovs, misthrown smokes. The timing was off as well, a bit chaotic. This time, same thing, but towards middle. Default, very slow on the start, then went for that full execution towards the A side of the map, on the smoke towards Arch, Library, and then there was key smoke that had to be thrown towards Quad from what I can see as well. That was completely misthrown, bounced off the woodwork of the boiler room, and at that point you can see there's like, oh, what do we do now? That angle's open, we can't really commit. And they went for it, but it was still discombobulated. Didn't look like that was the execution they wanted to do, uncomfortable, as you said. Falling the A player going through as well, presumably missing a smoke that allowed the whole team to actually have a chance to go through as a unit. Then Molotov out, CT's expecting it. This is looking pretty dire from SK now. 11-11 after being 10-0 up. SK are crumbling. They've thrown an HE there, but not a huge deal on the CT side. I'll have to say that.
You just hate to see it.
Yeah, but this will be the partial buy from SK. Sure, it's a bit heavier than that. They've got an AK to go with as well. But it's at about $1,000 per player, and they get maximum loss bonus next round. So this will be what Penta will be about expecting, you know. It's absolutely fine. But the AK-47 for Cold Zera. And throw number 23. Surely pegged into the lead after the initial deficit. I don't think anyone could have saw that coming.
So smoke down. This scoreline, it's 11-1 for Penta now.
Yeah.
After being 10-0 down, this is just not at all what anyone would have expected. I mean, like I said, it's a momentum-based map, but not typically like this. Yeah, this is something else.
Yeah, normally I'd give like 2 or 3 rounds in a row, maybe 4. This is bananas.
Crystal's got a sense. Yeah, they got it right. Smoke down Arch for Fur to wrap around. Take 9 fast. Ooh, Cold Zero. I was going to say follow up, and the AK though does get the shot. I thought Crystal was going to beat him for that as well, and he's put immediately through Archway. In fact, they all have, but Innocent's going to catch them from Library. Their saving grace this time was the early rotation, and therefore Zen is the only one of these to catch it. Has to win it, but he's got to get away from Innocent. Watch out, because Cold does the right thing. He's still the one with the bomb, and Innocent has arrived to take him down immediately. Taco's tagged. They don't have the range. Phelps is the one with the AK. He's planting, so Taco cannot peek. And when he does, bomb's already dropped. This still is absolutely Penta's round. They're going to take the lead. He's not even going to plant. He's missed. Has to save it at this point in time. HS puts him down.
That was looking like an SK round all day long. Cold Zero hitting some shots there. The good split towards CT spawn and the B side as well. And you can see there's one player waiting for them as well. That was Zen. Got taken down. I thought that was a chance, but Innocent comes in with the perfect time, I have to say as well. The fact he takes down the bomber, Cold Zero at that point as well, that actually gives them the lead. 12-11. Taco did what he could there, but it wasn't quite enough. Didn't even get one kill. Does he die after time? I don't believe he did.
No, it was just before.
So he's fine. So he can still buy here. Like we said, maximum loss rate is going into this round, but 10-0 down. Just to reiterate one more time, Penta now have the lead, 12-11. And on the CT side of Inferno as well, arguably the easiest side of the map, where they feel more comfortable. We know that as from this team especially, up against a sloppy-looking SK Gaming. The executions have been poor. Not what we've come to expect from them. Like you said, on Inferno, they set the tone for the map, how it should be played in this previous iteration, right? They showed us what the executions could be like, how beautiful they could be when they're done perfectly. That's not coming out at all so far.
We know how awkward these Swiss systems get as well when upsets happen.
Yeah.
And Penta in majors, I used to look at this, the scoreboards in majors, going into previous ones, for example, E-League, and I look back and I go, how did Penta ever make the playoffs?
Sure.
Starting off 1-0 against the world's best team. Okay, yes, it's still a long process to get through both sides, the up and bottom. It's bottom and top of the Swiss bracket, but this is incredible. Victory, if they win it, if they're able to close this would be something else.
Yeah, it really would set a tone for the tournament. They haven't had any upsets today, they've been pretty usual results as expected, but this would be one of the biggest upsets of the year. Like next to this and Space Soldiers winning in Clone last week against the same team. Kind of nuts happens in those.
Smoke.
So Fur with smoke in the door. I know he's there anyway. He's already shot through the windows. No sense being secretive.
Well, this is a solid default from SK. Apartments control obtained. Felt still towards Banana, but they're going for that mid control here. Very common for the CT to go very passive in this version of Inferno as well. Orpa holds towards Arch. Two players on the side as well. That's exactly what's happening. Crystal, very deep line here. Just going towards the corner, trying to find the first frag. They still have smokes to work with here, but not much. As the flashbangs will be coming in momentarily. This will be the commitment towards the A side of the map. To go first for Crystal. I called him out in the pre-game. He's looked phenomenal in the CT half. Very good. Pulling back, disciplined stuff.
And SK starting to just walk into things. In the corner, Fallen tries to pre-fire it, but Sunny counters it off with a shot back in return, and then comes down to find Taco. The wraparound's not worked. It's cold versus 4. He's heard a player jump across. He's got the shot instead to a Crystal, and he can't even win that. We go 13-11 for Penta.
Crystal's looking so good right now. That AWP stuff, just to reiterate as well. The fact is, he's not getting the flashes kills, he's getting them one by one, like getting one sitting. Like, he's just getting that kill, back towards Arch, holds a different line, gets another, back to his teammates, throwing the flashbangs in as well, keeping his teammates alive with the flashbangs towards quad, allowing Sunny to have those amazing plays. And now the pressure really is being applied to SK Gaming. They're force fighting to this round. Galil's, 2 of those. CZ, Deagles, 1 AK, 13-11 down. SK Gaming up, 10-0 up. This round could be it. This could be the GG. We'll see what they can do. They still have $1,000 on Cold Zera, but everyone else fully invested here. It's not looking too good, but there's enough to work with him. Round number 25. Crystal this time with the AWP. Not towards Arch, watching the apartment's position. We do have some early Banana control. Phelps, Fallen, Taco, Fur. Commitment before was poor. Missed Molotovs, but don't really have that problem this time. They've only got one of those to work with. Maybe a contact player that's walking to the side and hope for the best. See if he can get that first pick. Fallen to challenge first. Looking towards Coffin. Can he find it?
Can't do it yet. Kick back out from New Box, takes the ball, carrying the Fallen. On top goes off to his right. They'll immediately extinguish it to try and hold his ground. He's on fire. They have to get him now, and they do. Gives them a man advantage in the sight with the AK's M4. And the Galil, now a second M4 for Cole after he takes down 8 shots. Already finds a kill. Taco peeks out, knows where he is, gets into water, and he's waiting for the peek to come back in from Banana. Missed from Smoke, back around. Sunny's a sitting duck, and SK, their first round in a long time. They won round 3 of the half. They give up 6 in a row. They pick up this one, but that's only 2 in the last 12. Actually, excuse me, more than that. It's 2 in the last 13.
Yeah. Wow. SK Gaming, a bit of a lifeline there.
That math's still wrong. 50.
Yeah, it doesn't sound great, but
fine, don't worry about it.
The point still stands.
Never do math live on stream.
Round number 26. That's a bit of a lifeline for SK, I have to say. CZs, Deagles, a couple of Galils and 1 AK as well. Contact play towards B, hoping to get that initial shot, which They certainly do. And Zen, really trying to buy as much time as he possibly could. Sure, he's been detected the new bomb. They Molotov him, he's dropped the smoke, trying to buy himself as much as he can. Wasn't quite enough. Sunny did a decent job there, but it's going to be 13-12. SK pull one back. This round he's pulling though. This could be the big Sunny. Assertive takes down Crystal. That's York shut down. This is the duel that counts, and they manage to win it.
Catches Taco dropping in. Good shot from Fallen. Catches off innocent up close. And HS is going to be completely limited. He's everywhere is Taco. Shot in the side. Cold goes hunting and finds Zen on rotation. 13-13, they're back in it.
Yeah, much faster Counter-Strike now. Lack of respect and showing that they are the better team on the server. But SK, still, that was one of the biggest rounds as I was trying to deliver you at the beginning of that one. It was, the fact is, if they lose that one, they're fully reset, and Penta go up 14-13. That could have been the GG, but they had a clean sweep there, pushing up towards the top of middle, finding that first frag. Crystal's been the problem. He's had too much freedom. He has way too much comfort to work with there. So they're actually shutting him down. Decent flashbangs. Find the frag on him first. Sunny coming for the refrags as well. Can't get anything done. And this could be it for either side. 13-13. Money breaks for Penta. They drop this round, so they're not new and available, which has been so strong for them. Falls across the board. Full array of utility and defuse kits, but here we go. Banana control obtained. Same story for Palmas as well for SK. Bomb still down at T-steps. CT's not giving much away. Similar setup. Two towards the site and pip. One arch and DB Crystal. Holding the same position, but obviously can't have as much firepower here.
Sunny's going to back off toward HS. So rather than having the pit and the balcony, which we saw repetitively from SK, they've got quad and graveyard, which gives HS a little bit better angle to support Sunny and still be able to cover off the apartments if he's needed to. Rather in pit, it's a little bit tougher to hit the headshot angle, currently in this style of Inferno, that is. Crystal smoked off at Archway is going to wrap back through, allow them to push around and potentially, if he needs to get smoked again, go toward Library, but they aren't looking like they're going to smoke him just yet. Instead, bounce Molotov toward the cubby. True and keep going. He does win the exchange. Cold follows it because they need to get the player. Oh, good spot from HS. Out. Backing up in graveyard. It nearly disallowed it. Taco's on 16, Cold on 5, and Bomb will go down with 11 seconds remaining. As the rotation come in, it has to be perfect in the post plant from SK. There's Kit on Zen, and I believe another one down in the site. As Innocent is out of it, that's the only Kit that will matter. Good shot from Cold in the ACP up to the corner. Holds the angle as well, and SK take back the lead late.
Cold Zera, 4 kills in total, especially with that AWP as well. Like you said, both low, 2-on-2. They know if the CDs get close to the bomb site, not going to stand a single chance there. So he has to go combat orb mode. Manages to take down that first pick of Library. It makes a lot of sense. Hits both shots required there, and SK take the lead once more. 14-13. Very exciting CS going on right now. Penta. And a few chances to close this game out. The 3 in a row for SK Gaming. We're going to run number 28 here. And 4's available still, but this is pretty much the last fight for Penta. Loses round, I'd say that's game over. The European for Innocent, 4 and 4s, 1 kip, no incendiaries, and SK look like they've kind of balanced things out once again. The faster paced play, the lack of respect is getting up as a unit. Seems to be working out for them. Gone away from those sloppy executions and slow defaults.
And whatever works, whatever's going to break Penta at this point, just get the win. But it is concerning, especially that Molotov one, because that's something they never used to miss. And they haven't been proficient with it since the new Inferno came out. And it's, I think, more because of the fact that they've been struggling to ascertain banana control. To get the positions to do it, you have to be a little bit more aggressive. You throw them as well, which means someone could peek you from CT. I never really thought it was the execution itself they were struggling with, I guess is my point, but that was pretty sloppy.
1 minute remaining. Good utility usage by Penta. That's bought them some more time towards the top of middle. They're going to need every second they can get here. Try and make things uncomfortable for SK generally. Same setup. We have got, indeed, Sunny baited in towards garbage this time. So if you have a look at Crystal, he'll be trying to take as much aggro away as he can. He hasn't had this set up as of yet. They'll be focusing on him and trying to take him down. Now Sunny baited in. He needs to show presence and show he's still there, which he's doing. He needs to fire some shots now. Just there it is. And now Sunny
Doesn't. Only manages one, so he had to come away with both of them. That gives Cold an unleashed position. He takes down HS as well. Bomb's still down a bit, so he's got more work to do, but Cold is lighting it up.
Yeah, 4 kills again. What can you do in the shots though? Going for the ace, can't quite find it. Zen has a chance here, 2 versus 1. 5 seconds and the bomb goes down. Zen now, really difficult situation.
Stuck in Moto, he's got to go. Very poorly thrown, but Taco doesn't care, goes out for it. There's more to deter the fact that he had the angle from the cubby itself. And SK find that point. After being 10-0 up and 12-11 or 11-12 down, they find map point.
Crazy game. That was so good though from Penta. It's a nice adjustment. It kind of built up exactly as I said. Just fire a few shots, bait it in, throw the flashbang, get that first kill. Even if you go down, it's fine. Sunny with the amazing lineup there. The one time he had to deliver double frag, which he's been doing all game, he can't put it off. Cold Zera, he's finding some amazing form here to close this one out. 15-13, 4 rounds in a row. It's not really enough for a full buy. It depends. 4 Europeans and a famous. They said they lost that previous round. That could be it. All in now. SMGs in a famous. That's when they have to rely on. Zen and Innocent, of course, on towards Banana. 3 players already the top from SK. They know the money's going to be low here. An execution at this point, this would be the perfect time to do. You know the money's poor. They won't have the AWP to hold you off. They won't necessarily have incendiaries either. So maybe that's just the play to finish things off here. 2 players towards the apartment still. And they're getting boosted up. That's Sunny. So they have got 3 players on this side of the map for now. But falling back is SK. 2 players to hold on to everything yet. Crystal, top middle with the famous, has to hit at least a couple of kills to stand a chance.
Incendiary out.
He jumps like that too, so he can't get pre-fired and headshot. Just so you know, like he's just trying to take some shots and fall back.
Smoke.
2 players only on A, with no information, and it's going to be the flight. Good shot for SHS, but it's only one. Snap for his left. That was jumping and falling back, and then getting HS means everyone's got to rotate back over. Smoke still at the top of the middle. Innocent won't be able to push through because Fallen is waiting underneath at quad. Easily pops back out as they get in his line of sight, and it's down to just 1 remaining. Sim is all that's left. Penta fought valiantly, I have to say, an incredible comeback from SK. But you got to admire their mentality to do so against the world's best as SK take up round number 16 and the win and will go 1-0, but it's not like it would have gone, or at least we would have expected it would have gone at 10-0.
That's a hollow victory, I have to say, for SK. The fact they had such a huge lead, sure, in the Swiss system a win's a win, right? It doesn't really matter how it went down, but the fact they were 10-0 up and to come that close to losing it, I'd say they've got to look at themselves and realize what was the problem there, why were the executions working. Hats off the Penta to have that sort of comeback, essentially, like get that close to winning after being 10-0 down. I'm very impressed. They could cause some damage in this tournament, and as we said, they're going to give SK a run for their money. I said double digits was possible. They almost won that game. Come down to 1 big round from Cold Zera, who actually managed to clutch it out twice in a row.
Did clutch it out twice in a row. Penta, it's mixed emotion for sure, because if they lose 16, okay, that's just crushing. But the fact that they came back, again, credit to the mentality. They fought in this. They never gave up. That's super encouraging for the rest of the event, but you still had the heartbreaking loss.
Well, we usually say, right, it's better off just to get 16-0'd and get it out the way. But I think in this instance...
Best of ones, though?
No, of course.
Yeah.